With Operation Twin Shells just around the corner, I've had the opportunity to play the testers, and here's some things you guys should know about the new season coming here in a couple weeks. My name is Bo with the 90-degree keyboard, and let's get right into it. All right, with Operation Twin Shells just around the corner, we got a lot of new things coming to this new season, including a new operator called Skopos, which I will cover later in the video. But first, let's talk about the new reworks on some of the operators. If you want to call them reworks, we're getting a rework on Dokkaebi, Noke, and Solist. So let's talk first about Dokkaebi. No, the Boss G is still just as strong, so Boss G meta is here. What Dokkaebi is getting is a 0 logic bomb charges that will fill up over 2 times the 2 charges maximum. So basically what that means is while you're running around with Dokkaebi, once the prep phase is over, if you look down in the bottom of the corner of your screen, where you call her phones, you're not going to have any phone calls. So you can't spam the phone calls in the beginning of the round. You have to actually play. This forces the Dokkaebi mains to play. While you're playing throughout the game, the charges load up, just similar to how Deimos works, and you're able to make those really annoying phone calls. Originally, a lot of people were speculating that this was going to be a phone call within a radius of the area, but no, it's actually just the same thing, but all they're doing is they're just taking away the fact that you could spam the calls in the beginning of the game and forces Dokkaebi to actually play in order to get her phone calls. Up next, we got Noke. Noke, I don't care. We're just going to call it Noke. Noke has an interesting ability. I honestly don't really think this is that big of a buff to Noke, but basically her heal presence reduction only depletes when the ability protects them from being viewed from observation tools. The time to refill has been increased. So basically while you're running around with Noke, you can have her ability on as long as you're slow walking and not shooting, not fighting, not punching stuff, not meleeing, not planting bomb. You will be invisible to cameras. This is kind of OP when it comes to like maybe breaking a bulletproof cam or a maestro cam, or even with the new operator Skopos, who actually functions as a bulletproof cam as well. This is a little bit interesting, but basically I don't think this is that big of a buff. Some people say it is a buff. They did say they did buff the FMG7 recoil, or her SMG recoil. I don't comment down below. I might have got the gun wrong. But yeah, it doesn't really feel that like buffed anyways to me. But yeah, so basically you can, as long as you're not walking around, her heal, her ability just keeps full charged. As soon as you start running around punching stuff or shooting, it depletes. And then all you have to do to recharge it is stand still or just keep slow walking. Up next, we got Solist. Oh boy, why do we keep nerfing Solist? I don't get it. I honestly think that getting rid of the ability for her to see the drones in the prep phase was perfect, and other than that, keeping the way she is awesome. But no, what we're going to be doing is her Spec 10 Electro Sensor only dedicates electronic devices in central view. So that is the central square on our gadget, as you guys can see. And a function called overclocking, which replaces the scan to reveal the identity of detected devices. This is interesting because you actually can't see what electronic devices are around Solist unless you use the overclocking ability. And the interesting thing about this is once you use the overclock ability, which you only get 3 of them, it will warn enemy players that you're around. Kind of how it is like Deimos or Pulse when they're scanning you or anything like that. You'll be able to know that, hey, there's a Solist around, be careful. So jump outs for Solist are going to be a little bit more tricky. It is what it is, but honestly, I really hope they don't touch Solist, even though they said that they will consider potentially nerfing her to the ground even more. I don't know why you're doing this, Ubisoft. Please stop. Please stop nerfing my Solist. Also, proximity alarms and claymores have been nerfed and buffed. So proximity alarm no longer grants score points after being triggered. Oh, I mean, not big of a deal. And the claymores now instantly explode instead of a short delay, which is awesome. So claymores are buffed, so goodbye runouts. And proximity alarms, I really don't care about the points as long as I can hear the proximity alarms because it benefits the team, because Rainbow Six Siege is a team-based game. All right, up next, we have my favorite game mode. Now, I know T-Hunt got taken out, and I'm still a little upset. I wish they left T-Hunt in. But we have the versus AI mode, which before this new season, we only were allowed to play as attackers against defenders. Now, we are able to play as defenders, which is really cool. So the maps that we are getting with this new game mode, we're getting Oregon, Clubhouse, Consulate, Bank, Chalet, Cafe, Coastline, and Night Haven Labs. Honestly, W maps, I really like them. They're all ranked comp maps, and it should be good for new players. When they're learning the game, they could actually learn these maps that they will be playing in ranked. So, when you are defending, you get to play against Sledge, Thatcher, Thermite, Ash, and Nomad. And honestly, this gives a really cool combination because you can practice with Bandit to deny Thermite breaches. You can work with trying to figure out how to stop an Ash rush. You can figure out how to stop Nomad charges. Make sure you don't know when to walk into them. You can listen for the sound of what it sounds like when she shoots them above doors or, wherever they put them. This is really good for new players as well. And I really like the fact that we're able to have this in the game to play as defenders and play against pretty much the basic attacking operators that you do face on a daily basis. Now, maybe you might, instead of a Thermite, have an Ace, but like I'm saying, you're getting breach support, anti-gadget, someone playing Vert, a frontline fragger, and then someone that is going to control sites. So this is really good. So for defenders, you get to play as Sentry, Mute, Pulse, Doc, Rook, Capcan, Jaeger, Bandit, Valkyrie, Visual, Cade, Warden, Wamai, Thunderbird, Thorn, and our new Skopos, which we'll be talking about right now. Skopos is an awesome, awesome operator. I really enjoy playing him or her. All right, so Skopos is the operator who is in the wheelchair, and she controls these 2 robots. Skopos basically plays as 2 robots. You have a ready state, which is the robot in the shell, which you could switch to it with the cam. This is easy because you can then transfer the robot, so you play 2 lives. You can't get stemmed by Doc. You cannot get stemmed by Thunderbird. You cannot pick up Rook armor. You can actually go through smokes, which is really cool. Some aggressive smoke strats. And you don't get phased by Fenrir because he is a robot and doesn't breathe. So you can use some awesome flanks with Skopos. You could run around. You could place this guy downstairs in basement of, say, for example, cafe. You could put him in kitchen, and then you could keep one on site upstairs with Skylight with the other robot, and you can swap and teleport between each of the operators. They both have the same amount of health, but you don't share that health, so you can get down to like 5 HP with this operator and quickly switch to the second operator. The thing about this operator is that you can only place and put yourself in the ready state if you're able to. So in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen on the HUD, there's this cool little robot-looking thing. It will turn red when you're not able to place it down, and it will turn white when you're able to place it down, so you could quickly switch over to your operator. It takes about like 3 to 4 seconds to swap over to the second robot. Once the robot's destroyed, you're not able to use it. Now, the cool thing is, while that other robot that you're not using is in the ready state, it forms a bulletproof shield as well as a bulletproof cam, which is really cool. The glass is breakable, so attackers can't break the glass on top, but you are able to use it as a bulletproof shield and a bulletproof camera, so you can have operators hiding behind you on your team. You can have yourself. You could check it like a cam, see if someone walks by you, and then quickly swap over and flank. This operator is a 2 armor, 2 speed, which is actually really cool. I think it's a really balanced operator. So far, while I've been playing it, it's been really, really, really fun to play. It takes a little bit of time getting used to, but there's going to be some amazing plays you could pull with this operator. Now, let's check out the loadout. The loadout is really cool because we are getting a brand new gun to the game called the PCX-33. And this gun has, I kid you not, no recoil at all. It is an awesome gun to use. I really wish it had the ACOG. All you can have on the gun right now is one-time sights, which is okay. I mean, hey, it's not that bad. It does 40 damage, has 31 rounds in the magazine, and ADS time is 0.49 seconds with one of the one-time sights. The iron sights don't look really good on it, so I really suggest using the red dot C or the hollow A. Those are 2 of my favorite sights to use. As well as it comes with, for the operator, you get the P229, which is an awesome pistol, as well as impacts and procs alarms. Now, you might be thinking, hey, if I'm running 2 operators, technically, do I get 2 impacts for each? Yes. But as soon as you use an impact, it depletes on the other robot that you're not using. So instead of having really just 4, you only really have 2 impacts. Now, you can throw an impact on one, put that robot in the ready state, and go to the second robot and throw the last impact wherever you want it, which is cool. I mean, just use these sparingly. It would be cool if they both had 2 and they didn't deplete off of each other. You could you really make a lot of rotates for sight, but it does keep it balanced and fair. This operator is really cool. I'm really excited for you guys all to try it next season. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much everything that I think you guys should know coming to the new season of Rainbow Six Siege. There's a few quality of life changes that are coming, as well as the Siege Cup, which I don't really know too much about, and it's going to be in beta phase for PC players only. And that is because what they're going to do is it's easier to fix bugs on PC rather than going through Sony and Microsoft when it comes to, instead of like a 3-day fix, it's going to just be, it could be an instant fix or a 2-hour fix for the Siege Cup. Now, one really cool thing about the Siege Cup is if you are cheating in the Siege Cup, you will be banned from the Siege Cup. If you queue in with a cheater from the Siege Cup, well, you'll be banned as well from the Siege Cup, or you'll have reduced ability to play in the Siege Cup. That only counts for people who actually voluntarily queue in with cheaters. It isn't people who queue in with a cheater and they don't know. Now, that is a tricky thing because there is really no randomization for the Siege Cup. You do have to register for the Siege Cup with your stack. So, if you have friends who cheat, don't play with them. Be able to play the Siege Cup. I used to think that you get R6 credits when you win. Not just yet. You get these legendary credits that unlock special packs and skins throughout the season. The first cup is going to start for the first 2 weeks of the season, and then after that, they're going to wait 2 weeks and move on from there. That's all I know so far about the Siege Cup. That's why I'm going over it very vaguely, just because I don't want to mislead any of you guys. That's the information that we kind of know now, but that is the Siege Cup. Other than that, they did add some player protection, but I'm going to make a separate video on that because cheating is a passion of mine. Not to cheat, but to delete cheaters from the game. I'm really sick of cheating in this game, and it really ruins the game. And Siege has a lot of stuff coming to the next season, and I believe they are testing their new anti-cheat through the Siege Cup, which is awesome, but that's going to be a separate video. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to a friend. I'm Bo with the 90 Degree Keyboard, and peace.